The Mike Hosking Breakfast, 6 to 9 weekdays on Newstalk ZB.
You know, there, a little bit of Beltway excitement a couple of weeks ago when Winston Peters turned up on the breakfast show at the national broadcaster and got a little bit bothered with the question line, so threatened to cut the funding. This, of course, was hot air, but many in the Beltway sadly had their sense of humour, if not their sense of the absurd, surgically removed at birth, so they took it seriously. No such thing is going to happen, of course, for a series of pretty obvious reasons that I won't bore you with now. But the earnestness with which they grimaced was based on the idea that there are those who can and do threaten public broadcasters around the world. The latest is a Mr. D. Trump of Washington who has signed an executive order to stop funding PBS among other public broadcasters. This, like everything else, is headed to court and may well win because the argument of weight appears to be public broadcasting and its funding is a congressional thing and therefore an executive order from the bloke in the corner office doesn't count. The Trump argument, and this is actually worth pondering, is that public money undermines independence and the media is vastly changed in recent years and a government operation is no longer necessary. Now, I actually have some sympathy for that particular argument. Public radio here has, for example, a concert program. It plays a lot of classical music. Very few people listen to it. Why are we paying for it? Commercial radio doesn't cover everything, of course. Children's educational programming we don't cover in commercial radio. But having said that, I don't think public radio covers that either. Say, in America, publicly funded television invented Sesame Street. Now, that's of genuine value. Here, we have New Zealand On Air. Why do we have that as well as publicly funded TV and radio? Why don't we just have a funding system for product we want to promote and tender it to those who want to put it on their platforms? I mean, is it a fair question to ask here that although they claim neutrality, would a snap poll of people on the street suggest that radio and television New Zealand are neutral? Is the BBC in Britain seen as neutral? Is the ABC in Australia seen as neutral? Is it seen as a bastion of straight down the middle balance? As always with Trump, the seed of a half-decent thought is lost in the noise and bluster. But ask the question, what is so unique about public television radio, whether here, America, Britain or Australia, that it needs so much of our money?
The Mike Hosking Breakfast, 6 to 9 weekdays on Newstalk ZB.